Here.
Only three?
That
Charlotte
one.
Magazine?
Right there.
Only
that
three?
One. That one.
You know, Bob, we do everything we can for these people.
I
Three
know
covers.
it. I know. What do you want?
sharing it with Lifestyle.
I know, and I couldn't believe it. The smell that day.
Charlotte is a city that has changed so much. It changes so much year to year, and Charlotte Magazine is the one place that you go to kind of learn the story of Charlotte as it's evolving. The people, the places, the restaurant, the changing shape and face of the city. I think that Charlotte Magazine has always done a really great job of holding up a mirror to the city and the people who live here and kind of showing us who we are at this moment.
I think that Charlotte Magazine has stayed hip and has grown with the city, and that was an important thing to do. If you look like you're a magazine that could be plopped down in any town in the United States, Greensboro, San Jose, California, you're not going to hang. And a lot of other magazines kind of had that look.
Charlotte Magazine is different. Charlotte Magazine is an experience. Charlotte Magazine isn't in the news business, we're in the story business. We want to be the home for the best writers, not only in Charlotte, but in the state and beyond. We want to be the place that every writer wants to come. We try to make them feel at home. We try to make them feel like their voices are important, that their writing voices are important. We want them to feel as if this is a place where they can stretch themselves as writers.
It's a great question, and the short answer is that we only tell Charlotte stories. That's one of the things we also decided early on, was that every story we told had to be essential to Charlotte. Part of what we do is figure out on a monthly basis what is Charlotte's story. And one way I like to look at the magazine is that it's almost a serialized version of Charlotte's story. Each month we are telling the next chapter in our city's story.
I think the growth in the city has been exciting because it's allowed us to change and develop the magazine over time. The city's become more progressive, which has allowed the magazine editorial, design-wise, and even from an advertising standpoint to become more progressive, maybe even a little bit edgy, which has been fun.
Charlotte Magazine has been able to chronicle this city, its progress, its setbacks, its people, the big characters here in a way that I think is unique compared to some of the other local media outlets. Because of its unique deadlines, has the ability to really delve into issues, and Charlotte Magazine has done a fantastic job of that, I think, more than any of the other local magazines that we have.
It covers a broader range of time. You have the time to say, this is the way things used to be, this is the way things are, and this is the way things are going to be. And I think because of that, you're well informed. You can tell Charlotte's story because you have the time to tell Charlotte's story. You have people, the talent to tell Charlotte's story. And I think you have a wider range of storytellers to tell Charlotte's story.
We have a lot of fantastic writers, people who have written for publications all around this country, people who have written for publications locally, people who have written for websites, people who have written for newspapers, magazines, just every kind of medium, and they've had a lot of success.
Charlotte Magazine is sort of the place of record for long-form journalism. As a historian, I'm interested in documenting the city's past. The first draft of history, as the saying goes, is the journalism of the day, and because Charlotte Magazine gives its journalists space and time to dig into a story, it creates some very powerful documents, not just for now, but for history.
So Charlotte Magazine is celebrating its 45th anniversary, and I think if you look back on, if you grab a handful of issues from any year, it should encapsulate what it was like in that city at that time, whether it be you picking up issues from the 90s, early 2000s to now. And I think that's something that Charlotte Magazine does really well. And so I think it's it's been cemented as one of the most reputable publications in the area.
Over the period of time, the magazine and the stories it has told have benefited the city. Maybe not deliberately done, maybe that wasn't the reason it was done, but the fact that the far-reaching ability of the magazine to cover stories that would not necessarily get put in the paper, in-depth studies, has made the city what it is. It's been a factor. Charlotte Magazine has been a factor in the growth of this city, and there's no denying that by anybody. The magazine has done a superb job. When I hear people make any comment about it, I always stick my 2 cents worth in and say, I got it started, but it's not anything like it is today. It's a different world, and a good world.